And blue sky. I also forgot to turn my model on. I'm winning today. I'm winning today. Hey guys, I'm winning today. And to give me a moment to make a real quick announcement on my socials that I'm live. Excuse me. This guy. Oops. I'm almost done. Almost done. Okay. I felt like I was gonna sneeze. I did not sneeze. I might sneeze. But not right this second. I don't think so anyway. There we go. Okay. Okay. We're here. We're live, I think. Let me make sure. Oh, wait. Shit. Ah! You see it. You see the new emojis. Yeah. We have custom emojis. Yippee! I have the in-can, the sipping boba, and, the possum. All praise possum. Now added to, the channel because, they let me now. They let me do it now. They said, you can do that now. You're good. You can have, some fun things now. So, I will go through and add some more later. But, at least for now we have 3. Okay, let's finish this because apparently I'm almost about I'm only have like about a half hour left. Which is ridiculous, but I was tired.
This next stop on the journey
I can go back to
has a
autoplay.
lot of similarities to Amphorius.
Mellowog?
A
It has
snow-covered
to be.
land? Interesting.
This star is named Eurillo 6. That name sounds so cold. Belobog sounds better. The girl we see here holds a similar station to you, Imperator. She's the supreme guardian of this world. A leader who took up the mantle of government during a disaster.
I did not expect the Empress of this world to be so young.
Says you're like 4 feet
Well,
tall.
your appearance isn't much older.
The object in the distance resembles Nikador. Is it a weapon?
No, it's called... Right! The Geological Reconstruction Unit.
Just Giorios' Titankin? Disappointing.
Okay, you war hungry.
It's all thanks to you that we survived the crisis.
4
The
foot tall
collaboration with
monster.
the IPC is both an opportunity and a challenge. Nonetheless, it's an important step in our journey back into the universe.
This world was sealed beneath its sky just like Amphorius was, and they only managed to reconnect with the stars when the Nameless arrived.
That IPC she spoke of, is it a more powerful organization?
Yes, the IPC conquered many worlds through trade, and opened up a vast territory that way. There are many such powerful alliances beyond Amphorius, and they all walk on roads different from the destruction. Coming back to the Supreme Guardian and her Belobog, didn't they find a peaceful way to enter the interstellar community?
That cannot be true. That IPC would never have grown so big on trade alone. It may pretend to be a wealthy merchant with clean hands, but I am willing to bet that it grew fat on gory oppression and bloodshed. Its path of conquest must have had no mercy for the weak and would have destroyed them if needed. Are you
she's
telling
kinda
me
right.
that this snowland never thought about tossing its dignity to the wind and kneeling to the IPC? I will not believe it. I will never allow the Imperator's empire to be sullied by others. Amphorius must become a power so strong that no interstellar foreigner would dare to look down upon us.
We are in.
Imperator, Belobog isn't as weak as you imagine. Listen.
I indeed hesitated. But now I understand what we must do. Belobog must learn how to walk on her own until she no longer needs the support of others and can stand on her 2 feet among the stars.
That's
Even
our
if I
girl
may
grown,
not
yeah.
live to see it, I believe such a day will surely come.
They still have their dignity intact. One day, that hope will melt through the ice and help them into a prosperous tomorrow.
But the order of the cosmos is already set in stone. The old laws decree that only the strong survive, binding the weak in an unbroken chain, until they wither and turn to dust. Unless they embrace the power of the destruction. Amphorius must shatter the old law and become the new order among the stars.
Speaking of the Order, another one of my friend's companions may be able to enlighten you further on that.
Please listen
Let's
to
go to the
Cyrene.
next page.
Listen to Cyrene. Wait, is there more? Can I hear more?
I indeed hesitated.
Oh, okay. How about these two? Nope. Nope. Okay.
This next world is a nation of dreams.
Oh, so
The
they
first
just,
time I heard about that place, I didn't even know what to think.
they just completely skipped the Ciendro. All right. We're going straight to Penacony? Yeah.
Such opulence does indeed evoke astonishment.
Penacony.
This world is called Penacony, an eternal city built upon a land of dreams. It's also my friend's previous stop, where they went through a risky but exciting adventure.
Tell me about it then. That man standing afar has wings on his head. I am truly curious.
Chicken Wing Boy. Our bestie. I love Sunday. Okay, also notice how it is all 3 boys, and if I had picked Kalis, it would have been just the 4 boys, the guys, having a chat.
I wish to gaze upon the views of the Reverie Hotel one more time. I'll be just a traveler when I come back here again. And perhaps, through a traveler's eyes, even the things I once knew so well will feel strangely different.
Penacony is a land of the harmony, where all dreams and hopes merge and combine. It believes in unrestrained freedom, and that's how it lost itself in shallow delights. Then, this young man before you chose to rewrite its laws, using the power of the Order, hoping to shape a dream-bound paradise of perfect happiness.
Yet, the paradise of my dreams remains far away. Perhaps a brief journey with the Nameless can show me more possibilities in my search for paradise. As for what Penacony should look like, it'll be up to her. No, up to their trailblazing now.
Oh, it sounds like this ideal kingdom is no more.
That's right. The people chose to wake up at the end. You can't see tomorrow when drowning in sweet dreams.
This individual's law acknowledged only gods and constructs, leaving no space for humanity. And yet, the fact that he could accept defeat and resume his journey shows a rare self-awareness and clarity of mind.
You are also very self-aware, Imperator. Then you must know that the world promised by the destruction also has no place for humanity.
I am indeed very aware of Lycurgus's honeyed words of deceit. I have seen enough. Take me back.
Well. Okay.
Then let's wrap up this trip down memory lane with one last
Oh, we're going to
scene.
Ciendro now?
This
No.
absolute
The
wonder.
train. We just completely said
Isn't
fuck
it
the
pretty?
Ciendro love.
That's our Amphorius. Our world flows and meanders in this endless band of light. Though we were born from the designs of the gods and are not yet truly alive, the Chrysos heirs of Amphorius still chose to stand against fate and carved a legend no different from that of humankind. Will you really renounce the heroes in this world's previous 30 million cycles, Imperator? Including even yourself? Will you bow to brutal destiny and allow that puppet master named the destruction to have their wish?
I don't even know if they care that much. I think
I
Lygus
know
cares
what you
more.
want to do, sidekick. You want to use that deliverer's memories to influence me and tilt the scales of law toward her and the two geniuses.
You really saw right through me, Imperator.
How can one rule an empire if one is incapable of understanding people's minds? I have decided on Law's final destination. However, before I move my next chess piece, before we go on, tell me this, sidekick. Throughout her trailblaze, was there ever a memory of the ocean?
The ocean. My cradle. My home. You shall complete your conquest in the ocean at the boundaries of this world, and eternally slumber in the sound of tides. You shall eternally slumber in the sound of tides, and complete your conquest in the ocean at the boundaries of this world. Our prophecies aligned as flawlessly as a sea snake circling upon itself. An elegant loop, like a joyful hymn, like the circulating ocean current, like our two fates, like Amphorius itself.
Light calendar year 3960 at the end of the campaign against Fergusa.
The trial is over. So tell me, who will own the divine authority of law?
I won't give it to anyone.
What?
I am the law. Why should I give my imperial crown to any other? Both the Deliverer and the Theoros came from beyond the sky. They have no right to interfere with the lands I conquered with my own two hands. The law of Amphorius shall be determined by Amphorius's master.
Jesus.
What exactly did you see in the trial?
Everything. I saw everything regarding the rules of this world's operation. I saw the laws of extrapolation that Theoros spoke of. I saw the ultimate protocol. As long as I offer a sacrifice of equal weight, I can rewrite the laws of this world according to my will. I can turn good into evil, ugliness into beauty, and weakness into strength. Fate gave me a very fair deal. One rule change for the life of one demigod.
What are you planning to do?
You can't guess. We can conquer the stars without relying on any power from beyond the sky. We just need to make some reasonable sacrifices.
Your ambitions have already made so many people give up their lives for the law. And you're still not done?
I am determined for Amphorius to stand on her own 2 feet among the stars.
You are beyond reason. You think such a simple and hypocritical statement can justify your atrocities.
There's no new without destroying the old. That's what you consider an atrocity? Ironic, for that is also the unchanging law of Amphorius's revolutions. Ever since the Flame Chase prophecy resounded in the distance, fate has decreed for the Chrysos heirs to ignite our blood and illuminate this dark age. People would still be puppets of the old dynasty if it weren't for my conquests.
But your world doesn't seem to be any different from your predecessors. Bloodshed, tyranny, oppression. You're making the same mistakes they did.
Go and see everything for yourself. Go to any library I've built. Go listen to the rumors on every street corner. Go and witness how the Imperator crushed the old laws and forged new ones. Go and see what my conquests brought to this world. I cleansed the Chrysos War's filth, and mended all the conflicts left by the Era Bellica. I restored Akima's might, and allowed mortals and Chrysos heirs to face each other as equals in the Council. I punished all sins, and rewarded all achievements. I smashed Talantin's shackles, united humankind to save themselves, and started the Flame Chase era. That's what the Imperator has done in her glorious life. So now, hearken to my final words. History will eventually forget Seridra. But it will never forget the Imperator's people, or the Flame Chase era she began.
Final words?
Amphorius is about to be destroyed. There's no time left for pointless debates. There is only one law I want to overturn to aid the final battle of deliverance. So I will only offer the life of one demigod. In the name of the Imperator, I command you one last time, Helectra.
She's still
Either
minorly crazy.
sacrifice yourself for conquest, or pierce this tyrant's chest with your sword.
Thus, the Imperator concluded her final speech. At the end of her life, at the last moment before she stepped onto the altar, she gave her most loyal subject the choice to decide fate, just as she promised her compatriots before her very first campaign.
My blood flows in you now. Heroic compatriots, follow me, and we'll seize fate's reins!
I still don't think I can
The
forgive
Imperator
her
fell.
for...
Some say that the
Hold on.
Dux Gladiorum turned traitor and killed her liege. Some say that she imprisoned the tyrant in a shallow pond of water, then left. Which meant the Imperator had to kill herself to rewrite the law.
I still don't think I can forgive herself for sacrificing 500 people to get her authority. And depending on what this rewrite of the law is will depend on how much I forgive her at all as a character. But she seems to be doing something a little bit selfless right now, so I'm going to give her a little bit of the benefit of the doubt. We're still operating in the Seridra is on my shit list right now. for her previous behavior. So let's give it
There are countless
a little
stories
bit.
about her death. All we can be sure of is when the knight left the vortex, the Imperator was still mumbling about their past conquests together. The beginning and the end of her existence.
Imperator, wait! How could someone of your status come to the front lines? Let me be the flag bearer!
The troops defending the pass to the west of the grove. Have they surrendered?
They ran as quickly as they could when they heard your name. The Golden Cocoon Pass is now in the First Legion's hands.
Good. What about the Delosian militia?
The Third Legion set fire to the mountains and flattened everything west of the basin. They just need a few more days.
That is enough. We cannot afford to miss an opportunity for victory. Lastly, how many Ladonian cannons are left?
They are no more. The Second and Fourth Legions have destroyed them all.
Very good. They now have no way out, no reinforcements, and no artillery support. We will be able to liberate the Grove of Epiphany in the blink of an eye. We will launch the final charge 1 quint after the curtain fall hour tomorrow. Remember, as long as the Alliance's flag still flies on my shoulders, you must keep moving forward. Take no prisoners among the enemy's soldiers. All sages who resist are to be captured and tried according to martial law. And do not destroy any books. Now go! Notify the entire army!
Understood! Those who are resolved to die, we salute you.
Reporting in. The Mountain Dwellers are resisting fiercely, and the legendary Mountain Breaker has personally engaged in battle. Their formations are nigh impenetrable.
Then cease our frontal assault. Send scouts to all legions and tell them to retreat into the Tritos Plains before the parting hour.
What? Are you planning to surrender?
It's a strategic change of plans. The seismic walking dragon is enough for that battlefield.
Walking dragon? You mean that stupid beast, Terravox? What can they even do?
Stupid? No. They are the wisest of all of Georios' creations. Only they can perceive the currents of time. Let them deal with their earthly brethren. We will advance and take the lead in defeating what remains of our enemy. I will deliver the most fiery retribution for the humiliation they dealt us, and crown myself with a god-slaying wreath.
Understood. I'll see to it. Those who are resolved to die, we salute you.
The Temple of the Three Fates sent a letter, Imperator.
They refused to surrender, and said this letter is their last warning to us.
Tell the commanding officers not to launch any attacks unless they receive the Imperator's handwritten approval. Disobedience will be punished by death.
What are you doing?
The priests of the Three Fates aren't soldiers, but politicians. Do not mistakenly believe they don't have a plan. These dying pests will wring out every idea from their brains, all for short-sighted gain. They are much shrewder than we are. I am inferior to them in that regard. They also have the prophecy to wield as a weapon, something I am not blessed with. Launching an unplanned attack will only disadvantage us, as all of Emphorius will judge our actions. Which means, I will be heading to the battlefield myself, just as I have always done. This time, however, I will go alone. I will conduct secret negotiations to ensure fate is on our side.
Understood. The legions will make their preparations. Those who are resolved to die, we salute you.
Why are we not allowed to march out with the army, Imperator?
This will be a long voyage with no return. Those of you who bear the prophecy cannot come with me.
Why are you personally leading this battle if it's doomed to fail? The Flame Chase journey cannot be without a leader.
That is correct. The Empire will be without a head when the Imperator falls. But remember, as long as you seize the right opportunities, even a chaotic game will remain winnable. My departure will create a long staircase for you. You will understand what I mean when news of my death reaches your ears.
Saridra, is our journey about to be over?
Destroy the old laws and forge new ones. My conquest has reached its limits within the borders of Amphorius. Since the prophecy already decreed that the Imperator would never conquer the stars as she wished, I will bow out here and try no more. More Chrysos heirs bearing divine authority will be born, and many more heroes will arise. Will they demand peace or war? Will they resist tyranny, or become the next Imperator? I do not care. The children of the future will decide for themselves. Do not mourn for me. Anyone can kill the Imperator. But the only one who can truly destroy her is Saridra.
At the end, I faithfully recorded the most important battles in the Imperator's life. Her conquest was about to be completed at this point in the story. However, for some reason, a memory suddenly entered my mind just as I was about to put down my pen. It was a journey on a fantastical train. I had the honor of having a heart-to-heart conversation with the Imperator under the stars, and I asked her this question at the end of that discussion. How do you want history to remember you? As a hero who gave up her life for the Flame Chase? Or as a tyrant? She answered so quickly, as if she had made up her mind long ago.
I would rather be forgotten than be defined. Because the law can be neither eternal nor unchallenged. And only humanity can pen laws into history's pages. Now, I have shattered the greatest law of Amphorius. The game is nearing its end. Dux Gladiorum. Even though you killed the Imperator in the previous 30 million cycles, this time, you finally found your own law. Then, High Sealants, Electra. I will ask someone to deliver the prophecy's ocean at the boundaries of this world to you. Will you choose to swim into that ocean? I do not care. Do not care.
The Imperator muttered about her conquests, and news of her death spread in the city.
Freedom! Liberty! The tyrant is dead! Go! Shout this news in the streets!
My people, my fellow elders, do not panic. Stand your ground. That usurper has paid for her ambition with her life.
People once cheered for my ascension. And now they cheer for my fall. No matter. I am fond of applause. I see the cosmos, the battlefield that I cannot reach.
I do think she made a pretty okay choice. Like that's considering that I don't know what the law she wanted is rewritten, but at this moment in time, I think it was a noble sacrifice. We're about to find out if I'm gonna eat those words in about like 2 minutes, probably. But I don't know. I don't know if I feel bad, because I kind of don't. I mean, should I? Shrug. I have no fucking clue. It feels like I said, it really depends on how this ends. That she made some good decisions, but she was still a ruthless tyrant, which kind of isn't great. It's not a good look, to be quite honest with you.
I will return in the next cycle. The stars will hear my legion's war drums. Hear the great name of the Imperator. Hear Florius's
To this day, we do not know which rule the Imperator overwrote at the cost of her life. Perhaps the truth will only be revealed at the moment of checkmate, just like every chess game she ever played. We only know her death inflamed Akama. On one side of the city, those who defended liberty toppled her statues to the ground. On the other side, her supporters put themselves between the masses and her monuments, declaring loudly that the Sovereign is still among the people. It is said that golden blood congealed into the same letters everywhere they fought. It was the name borne by Akama's first and final sovereign, the Imperator Saritra. But the one who bore that name did not see any of this. Her gaze was cast far away, and the sound of tides in her ears drowned out the people's cries. What was the Imperator thinking about in that prophesized ocean at the boundaries of this world? In that shallow puddle of stagnant water, was she reminiscing about her past conquests? Or repenting for the millions killed for the flame chase? It was neither. The Imperator only saw how the surface of the water gleamed like that crude chessboard, dissected by light and shadow in the afternoon when her teacher played against her for the first time.
Look at this chessboard. What do the pieces look like?
They are strangely beautiful. They look like the stars in the night sky ablaze.
From that page.
Oh, Scale
emerged
Gorge.
An ocean.
Scale Gorge waterscape.
So vast. So pure. Not a single trace of corruption. Is this Saritra?
Electra, my subject. Ever since you walked out of the tainted ocean and pledged yourself to me, I have seen the abyss in your eyes. and the emptiness in your heart. That was why I promised you a new ocean, where the Imperator's ambitions would serve as the currents, and loyalty would be its light. Electra, my subject, you have done your duty as my blade. The prophecy has now made its final decree on the road I intend to walk. My conquest is doomed to never reach
She did very
the stars.
elegantly give, you know, bow down
But
to
the
that.
Imperator never makes empty promises. So take this memory, this ocean, beyond the sky, as witnessed by the Deliverer. This is the final gift that the Imperator can leave for her subject.
When I was still a fish in the ocean, I always felt so genuine swimming through the waters. But once I stepped onto land, I found myself caught in a play. Every land dweller wore a mask in their life. So I, too, donned a costume and tried to find my role in this show. I became your blade in war and the violin strings at banquets. Do you still not get it? I do not long for the oceanic depths of my homeland. Nor do I crave the swelling seas beyond the sky. Perhaps even I don't know what I want. I still don't know where I should swim to even at the end. But I know one thing right now. A fish is simply a fish. And she can never leave the ocean she's in. But whether under the ocean or on land, we two prisoners who can never escape this cave can still look outside the cave and see the stars.
I have to admit, the 12-factor simulation of life in this experiment has far exceeded my expectations.
I don't have energy to tell him to go fuck himself
Make
right
your
now.
choice then, senior society member.
But
you
I do
want to
hate
keep
him.
walking down the wrong path and be remembered for your incorrect conclusions? Or do you want to return to the audience's seat and give yourself, Amphorius, and the entire cosmos a more fitting end?
Are they trying to, like, psychologically, you know, prank him into doing the right thing?
Refuse. A dead man never fears death.
I should know better.
Did I not make myself clear? Have you forgotten about our dear Lord of Silence? You wouldn't want her to consider your 8 other clones as cancers within the erudition and chop them all up, would you?
Oh, I think she should. I think she should. I would be on board.
Logical deductions are vastly different from mine. Therefore, allow me to provide one more academic recommendation.
No, I think you should call Lord of Silence. I think I'm done with him.
My peers, why don't you look beyond this world? Just as the Chrysos heirs did. Re-evaluate your calculations and take into account all enemies in the upcoming war among the eons. Amphorius is not a place where 3 paths entangle, but where 3 paths fight to
I'm
the
still waiting.
death.
Somebody call Lord of Silence. Silence this man.
Me, but did you not consider the possibility that the Remembrance and their children might have taken this opportunity to join the fray as well?
Like, what are they gonna do? Wiggle their memory fingers at me? I'm not scared of no fucking Garden of Remembrance children.
Oh, so this isn't just silence. It's the answer. What was the last thing she said to you before you parted the waters at the Scale Gorge waterscape? A tricky question, but one with a simple answer. She didn't say anything back then, right?
It's Dan Heng! There he is!
That's correct. And now I'm sure. You are not March 7th. There's no way she would remember that detail.
I also don't think she was there, was she? She might have been, actually.
I'll only
I might
warn
be
you
stupid.
once. Leave her body now.
Wait a minute! Wait.
How impulsive. That's not like you at all.
You remember when I predicted that March was hijacked? Because she didn't listen? That's right. That's fucking right. I'm right again. Though this one might be a little bit more obvious. This wasn't a really hard guess. I'm just saying.
Why don't you calm down and think about another possibility? I didn't take over March 7th's body.
I don't know why I think you're lying, but I think you're lying.
Rather, it's March 7th who regained my memories.
Then it's not her memories, it's somebody else's. So she's hijacked by somebody else's memories. Before their deaths. That's right, I still didn't buy this. It's whatever. I'll do it later. Okay, without knowing what Ceridra did, I cannot make a proper judgment on her. But in the end, she did really just talk about herself and all the great things that she did, so I don't know how I feel about her. I think she gave herself too many pats on the back. I think that's how we feel about it. I think that's how we feel about this. And I think March is hijacked by somebody's memories. I don't think that's March. If it is March though, it is a possibility. It is one I'm willing to accept. I don't know. I think that's it. I think that's it for this chapter of Amphorius right now. I still want somebody. Screw them. Call the Lord of Silence. I want Lygus to shut the fuck up. This is literally a Lygus hate channel. I don't know what to tell you. I've become a Lygus hate channel. It's a possibility, but I don't know. It doesn't feel right. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel. Like, because she said call her Evernight because it's the third month of the calendar. Kind of like she calls herself March because it's the third month of the calendar. And I can't tell if that was a funny quip or what. Because even if she remembered her memories, don't you think she would be a little bit friendlier towards Dan Heng? Because they also are close. Like, she's close with both the Trailblazer and Dan Heng, so it doesn't make super sense to me personally for her to act that way towards Dan Heng. Or even March. I mean, even the Trailblazer. I don't know, it just doesn't feel right. Especially because she said she remembered my memories. That doesn't mean it's March's memories. I'm gonna... It's like, all things considered, the way that they write things, everything is said a certain way. For a reason. I don't think that, I don't know. I don't feel like her empathy could be erased in an instant, but I guess I could be wrong. Hoyo could say, fuck you, you're wrong, at any moment, but it just doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right. Something feels wrong here. Something feels very wrong here. And yeah, I was like, I feel like the way that they worded her words it was selected purposely. And that's just based on how they say other things and how they write other things. Like the difference, like, because it feels like the difference between Aventurine, air quotes, dying, right? And Robin, air quotes, dying, and like the Chrysos heirs dying. You know? I guess we'll see. There's only 3.5. We have until 3.7, right? So it's like 2 more patches. They do foreshadow things. I don't know. It like it all like it also it does call into question because Oryx is as I've written, or like Evernight's as I've written, it was written from the perspective of Oryx. And so that's a curious thing because everything else because I listened to it while I was eating food. Sorry, off stream while I was munching away. So it is different than the others, where the others is from the perspective of somebody observing the Chrysos heir. While this one was presented as observing Oryx. Because it's like, technically, right? If we've seen how everybody else plays out in Amphorius through Caslana, Finun's memory, there should be nobody else, right? There shouldn't be, unless you count the ones that were alive before him, right? Because we didn't see those who had come before, like Saridra and Hycelins, which is why they had such a major role this patch. And that's going to be the reason why like Terravox and Evernight are going to have a major role next patch, is because we haven't seen them yet and they're the final 2. And I think it's like depending on the like Evernight's like the things that were foreshadowed about Evernight from maybe stuff that I didn't read, like readables and things like that, like stuff that was not main story, which I don't even know if there is, besides the stuff in Divergent Universe right now. And even that I think is scarce, because I haven't really looked through it. But I think she's the only one that doesn't make sense. How did Dan Heng get there? I don't know, panic button? Did he panic turn around? Because like my immediate thought is that like he started to go back to the Express, something happened and he turned around, like that forced him to turn around and come back. Or he went to the Express, heard something was happening, turned around and came back for us. Because, you know, how good of friends we are. Yeah, I know. I know that. That doesn't mean what I said didn't happen. Where, like, we're in the passive Amphorius, but what's happening, like, on the Express, right? With the geniuses, right, outside of Amphorius. It doesn't mean that if he was able to leave, right, he didn't hear what was happening, like, see what was happening with March encased in ice again, hear what the geniuses were saying, because Welt and Sunday had gone to see Herta So it doesn't like, you know, there's no way to like say for sure that he didn't get exposed to some of that upon turning to the Express, since time moves so differently within the outside and the inside of Amphorius, and he decided that he was going back because he had already been in Amphorius, and he already knew where everything was in Amphorius. Even if things, you know, weren't the same when he arrived, he'd still be able to navigate a lot better than somebody else going into Amphorius who has no prior knowledge. And he came back, and instead of meeting up with the Trailblazer, he ended up meeting up with the Evernight March. The Evernight not March. You know, in quotations, not March. Because she did something, because she very clearly has some sort of remembrance something or other. Or some sort of interdimensional something. Not interdimensional, but like, she has some power in Amphorius that others do not. You know? And I think it's very important to consider. I'm saying that because remember when they did that fake out scene with Finon and Cyrene? I believe this scene is old. Yeah, it doesn't mean it wasn't happening while we were doing this. Because remember, we've been, quote unquote, like, missing for X amount of time within Amphorius, because Amphorius is moving at a different rate. So we were gone for like thousands of years, which were only minutes in the space that was slowed down. So I don't know. I think a lot more time has passed since that scene happened. Right? It's very possible that he had turned around, came back, and he was still in whatever time period that he had come back to, because he didn't come with us in the reset. So he could have had some funky time thing happen, because technically he's not a part of Amphorius. So there would be no reset point for him. He would be from outside. Free Dan Heng. He's gonna be the big boy model. He's not gonna be short man model anymore. He's gonna be big boy model next time we see him. Oh, I'm so excited. Because like, even with, if you consider the fake out, like air quotes fake out, it wasn't a fake out so much as it was a like something from the past that we were seeing again. Fake out means they did it and it didn't actually happen. That actually happened, just not at the moment where they presented it. It had happened in the past. And we learned that through going through the patch, that, oh, that was something from the past, a past cycle, and it made sense. So there's a possibility that we're gonna get another like explanation of what happened via the whatever happens in the next patch, which more than likely will happen. There's no way they're gonna leave that up in the air like that, because especially if they only have 2 more patches to wrap up, we're gonna start to wrap up mid to late story next patch, kind of the way that they did with the previous patch and even this patch, to kind of tie up some loose ends. Like in this patch specifically, tying up what happened to Ceridra and Hycelins, at least in this cycle, happened at the end there in that last hour, because, or almost an hour, because, you know, I didn't have that much left. But yeah, I don't know if that happened exactly at the point where this patch ended, and it doesn't have had to. I don't need, like, all I need to know is like how that played out and where that went into play and how that played out, you know, later. Like where does that fit in? Doesn't really matter right now. So much as, at least to me, so much as, why do they keep dangling this fucking little fruit in front of us about March? I mean, it kind of did, but now that I know all I should expect is depression, it's not really playing with me anymore. It's just making me angry. And, like, not in a bad way. It's making me feel rage because I like these characters and I think they should have happiness. And they said, haha, no happiness for you, only depression. And I said, er. You know? Anyway, that aside, I'm going to take a bathroom break and then we'll be back with some Gatekeeper. So, yeah. Listen, Finon's my boy. Finon's my boy. I mean, it's really crazy when I go, yeah, I like Mighty better. But Finon means so much to me. He means so much to me. That it's weird that I'm like, yeah, you know, if I had to choose, I'd go with Mighty. Because Finon means so much to my little heart. Show Finon on screen. Dude, I gotta use the bathroom. Here you go. Here's our boy. Here's our boy. Look at him. He's so perfect. He's so wonderful. Look at this guy. It's our boy Finon. Look at him. He's so happy looking like a little dog. Wow. What a little dog. What a little boy. He is so dog-coated. He's so adorable. He's a lad.
My childhood musings, huh? So naive.
Stop being a wonderful man. I'm just kidding. Anyway. I will catch you guys in a couple minutes. I'm gonna end stream just to restart stream for Gatekeeper, but I will go to the bathroom. And then we'll
so this
gate the
was
keep.
my childhood dream, huh?
So, catch you in a few. I'll be right back.